I really like how so far in this book, it's like telling you how to give to charity. Not only that you're giving to charity, but it's telling you how to give to charity. So check this out. It says, "O believers, donate from the best of what you've earned and what we have produced from the earth. Do not pick out the worthless things for donation." I mean, you would think that, right? Because when you're giving away money, I remember I was in Argentina, and when I was in Argentina, I had a whole bunch of leftover cash before I was going to leave. And it wasn't that much money. It was like, I don't know, like $30. And I gave it away. And I felt so proud of myself for it. I was like, oh, wow, I gave it to the poor. But I don't think that even counts. I mean, it might count because it made that person's day better. But, I mean, that money I was going to give away anyways. What it seems to be telling you is to give to charity. If charity was just about feeding the poor or giving money to the poor or helping people in need, if it was just about that, then maybe it would tell you just give what you can. But it's not telling you to give what you can. The Quran is not telling you that. It's saying, do not pick out worthless things for donation, which you yourselves would only accept with closed eyes, and know that God is self-sufficient and praiseworthy. In other words, maybe it could be, don't give to charity just because the person needs it, but maybe you need to give to charity for your own self, for your own soul. Okay, because remember how we were talking about in the last videos, like, who's your God? The God of money. And I feel as if the God of money and the God of the worlds are always like, the God of money seems to be the distraction God. It's like the God of things. It's the God of money, right? So even if it's not dollars, it's things. This life is made to be an illusionary pleasure for you. It's really a delusion, like a dream. And what's the top thing at the top of the value hierarchy of this society is money. I was reading something the other day, and tell me guys what you think about this. You know, sometimes I don't make videos for a while, but I'm reading and I'm learning a lot, and then I want to come on here and, like, you know, talk to my friends on here. There's this thing called the dunya. And the dunya, right? I'm saying it right? Dunya. And the dunya is like all the worldly things, but not like the worldly things like your family or like the mountains or like rivers. It's not that. It's not that. It's like the worldly pleasures, like the quick dopamine hits of pleasures called the dunya. Fascinating that, you know, in the secular world, they're talking about how the quick pleasures are actually not good for you. Funny, eh? How it seems to be very consistent. So there's the dunya, and the dunya is like that thing that is like the worldly pleasures, like making a lot of money and spending a lot of money and maybe having a lot of girls around you, maybe having a huge house, a fancy car. It's like you can have all that, but don't fall in love with it. And I think this circles back to this idea of not picking out worthless things for donation. It's like give out of what's important to you. Because if you give out of what's important to you, essentially what you're doing is you're breaking the bond between you and that thing. So, like, how do I make this? How do I even give an example of this? Like, do you give away, like, is it akin to a kid giving away their favorite toy? Is that what charity should be? It's like, give things away to people in need, even if it hurts you. Because then you won't be so attached to that thing, and then that thing won't be able to hurt you that much. I was thinking, it's like, if I like make a lot of money and then I'm successful and then people love me for that, like, do I even care for that? Because, like, is my value, in other words, like, is my value just my success? If I end up making a lot of money, and then, like, people love me, well, who cares? Because I could have traded myself for that money, and then I'm not the same person. Especially, imagine I lose all that money. Am I still worth the value that I made with that money? I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. But giving to charity should be out of the things that you love. It makes me wonder, like, how do I start giving to charity? You know, it'd be nice. I was thinking about this for a while. If anybody's living in Toronto, let me know. Is there like maybe like a soup kitchen that I could go to? Maybe I could start there. Just kind of start small. Or like some type of charity event. Like, I know like that's a big Christian thing, but do Muslims do the same thing in